order. We have a quorum: Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton, and Commissioner Flores. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and Mr. Vasquez, if you'll please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There is no citizen comment.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for November 14th, 20th, November 28th, December 12th, and December 26th.
Need a second? Second. We have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, a second by Commissioner Flores. All in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 6, Ronald E. Rocha, attorney with Linebarger, Dolan, Blair, Sampson, LLP, requesting that this Commissioner's Court enter an order pursuant to 34.05 parentheses I of the Texas Property Code to the successful bidder through the sealed bid process a certain property previously struck off pursuant to 34.01 parentheses C of the Texas Property Code for delinquent and valorum taxes owed to Valverde County, City of Del Rio, and San Felipe Del Rio Consolidated Independent School District. Mr. Rocha, they get any longer?
I'll condense it more next time. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. These are properties that had delinquent taxes. We filed a tax lawsuit. It went through the litigation process. We took a judgment and set it for tax sale. A minimum bid was for the amount of taxes on the judgment when it was set for sale. We did not receive any minimum bids, and once that happens, the property is struck off to the taxing authorities to be held in trust. There are two ways in which the properties can be sold back into the tax roll. It is by paying the minimum bid amount, or a person comes in and applies for a lesser amount. And we're here today for two properties that have received a lesser amount. The first property is Track Railroad, first block, 30 lot 2. The current appraised value is $32,420 for 2018. When we took the judgment, the value was $43,690. When we set it for tax sale, it was $25,180. That property was set for sale back July 5th of 2016 and has been struck off since then. We have a bid of $3,000. I went to look at the property. I can't tell you it needs to be demolished or not. And it looks run down. The ceiling or the rooftop is falling apart. It's already been approved by the city, but the bid amount is $3,000, and it's been off the books since July 2016. Except for the consideration of the Commissioner's Court.
It puts it back on the tax roll,
That is correct.
not at the 3,000.
No, those, whatever the assessed value, whatever the appraisal district determines the assessed value for upcoming 2019.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wardlaw, a second by Commissioner Nettleton. All in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote.
The second and last property is two tracks. Vega Block H, Lot 1 and Lot 2. Both were in the same tax lawsuit. Both had separate minimum bids. Minimum bids for each. For the first was $5,000.31. Second track was $3,305.53. Property was set for sale last July of 2018. And we have the total minimum bid at the time for both properties was $8,305.84. We received no bids. We have received a lesser bid amount of $5,000 for both tracks. Both tracks, look at the maps, are along the Rio Grande River.
Now, these are right on the river.
Yes.
I would be inclined not to sell them at all and keep them for floodplain issues.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion not to sell these. We're in with this one. We're in with the school district, right?
Yes, all tax entities, correct.
But the city's not in this.
The city's not, it's not part of
Just
the
us
city.
and the school district.
Correct.
Yeah, I'd make a motion not to sell these due to flooding issues, and see if can we work to deal with the city. I mean, the
Yes, we can get
school
with
to-
both tax entities, and they want to transfer them to
Transfer
this
them.
account. Correct.
Second.
I will handle that.
You can do that.
Yeah, okay.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Make it shorter. Please. Number 7, Rob Stevenson, Executive Director for Equity, CDC, Valverde County Self-Help Center, is asking for discussion of possible action on adding Louis G. Owens Jr., County Judge, as a designated authorized signatory for Colonia Self-Help Center, contract number 7217013, for contractual documents and draw request forms, and the request for his signature on Form A-202, depository authorized signatories.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All in favor? 5-0 vote. You don't mind just putting this up that way?
No, I'd love to.
For the sake of transparency of what we're doing.
Sure. Just kind of wanted to give everybody a quick update on the Valverde County Self-Help Center. We're a little nonprofit called Equity Community Development Corporation. We run the Self-Help Center for the county. We also run a little program called the Amy Young Burial Removal Program, which serves elderly and disabled folks, and that's how we're able to also get inside the city of Del Rio. So I outlined a few maps. If I can twist it kind of this way to work left to right, west to east. But I just kind of wanted to show the court where we're doing in all the different precincts in the county. We've done about 70 houses in the past 3 or 4 years.
How many?
70, a little under 70, all the dots on there. Some of them feels like even more than that because we've combined different funding sources. Some of the colonias where we had a small budget of say $20,000, we did combine with the Amy Young Burial Removal Program or other programs to give them a bigger budget and do a little bit more work. So it felt like more even though there were only 70 individual addresses. But this works kind of Stenius Terrace, and it takes in these little colonias in there. Chaparral, thank you, sir. And then continuing to move eastward, we're kind of inside the city of Del Rio. And if memory serves, it's Fermin Calderon that kind of divides another precinct difference between precinct 1 and 2. Precinct 1, we're able to catch a little bit in Santa Fe. In Precinct 2, we got all of Valverde Park 1 and 2, and also a little part of Santa Fe, I think is in Precinct 2.
You're already one of us. A little while ago, we were visiting with Commissioner Nettleton. I think y'all are going to have some money even for Comstock coming in.
Yes, sir. Well, it's the same money in the Self-Help Center, but it's a rules change that finally benefits Comstock instead of discriminating against Comstock. And the rules change is now they're going to let us go up to $45,000. The old rule was $20,000. You could have gone above $20,000 under the old rules, but you had to file a lien against the property. And it's not just filing a lien that was the hard part. I had to make sure that the marketable title was in place, that the state could foreclose if they had to. It was a big legal pain. So we never went above $20,000 with the Self-Help Center money. They changed the rules allowing you to come up to $45,000. And if there's a septic system issue, you can have an extra $5,000. So you can have up to $50,000 per individual rehab in Comstock. And almost every home in Comstock is on a failing septic system, of low income, is on a failing septic system or cesspool. And that's, $20,000 just wasn't enough to both fix the house and the septic system.
No, there's a great need up there, there's no doubt. I'm glad to see we are able to now start doing some stuff. Yeah, we'll set up something with the community center up there, and get a date, and then we'll get something put together and post it so we can have a meeting up there to go through it all.
How are these chosen?
We advertise. We're required to follow a firmly furthering fair housing plan, marketing plan, where we do some advertising and then we take people and then we wait for a month and then we randomly select people. We only have to do that once a year as far as the fair housing goes, and that's just to make sure that my nonprofit is not discriminating against any one precinct or colonia. So there's a little bit of randomness in it. But after that one time we have to do that, then it's kind of a wait list, whoever's up next, who's ever been on the list long. And as far as your precinct, sir, is another one I really want to focus on. It's been hard to get applicants from the Escondido area. Right now, it's Rise Estates is the one colonia in that area. The state only allows 5 colonias with M numbers in every contract, so they don't allow us to do a conglomerate colonias like Escondido. It's just one. It's Rise Estates, but that is the most populous colonia up there. So I'm also hoping to get the word out there.
Now, this area, they have to be registered with the state of Texas as colonias, right?
Yes.
To be able to.
Yeah, it's sole Water Development Board M number system. But you can get registered with the state of Texas as a colonia even today if you meet the criteria. But anyway, so we're trying hard to get into Rise Estates. I don't know, sir, if you have any thoughts for us. I can tell you that my thoughts on it were to send out postcards, just because the Rise Estates are so much like rent checks. and they have locked gates, and you can't even see the house from the street. It's hard to go knock on the door. And there's not really any community center like there is in Valverde or Cienfuegos or one in Comstock. So our plan was to use the U.S. mail, just go out there and spend a little budget to see what we can do. But if you have any other thoughts for me, I'm all ears. Mr. Treasurer, my thoughts.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Number 8, discussing possible action on guidelines for the usage of the billboard at the fairgrounds. We've had 3 people last week call that wanted to put items on the billboard, but they're not having the event at the fairgrounds. They just, so,
Are they a nonprofit event, or is
they're having like a 5K run to raise money for scholarships. That was one, and then we've had a couple other ones that,
if they're fundraisers or nonprofits, I personally wouldn't have an issue with them advertising on the billboard. If they're
motion.
for profit.
Mr. Esser, how's that operated in Uvalde?
I would agree with that. If you know, this, agencies or programs that want to use it, they're not, going to generate any money. I mean, they're
I'll make a
not.
motion to allow nonprofits to advertise.
Okay. I'll take a second, and then we'll get to Commissioner Wardlaw's,
You second?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Wardlaw, what was the question again?
I said, ask Mr. Esser, how's that operated in Uvalde? Board
As far
over
as
there.
advertising events,
Right.
the only ones that I know that are probably put on the board over there, I have to check the validity of that, would probably be events that have been paid. I guess Region 8 rodeos coming there or something like that, they would advertise that. I don't know about a free event. I'd have to check on what the guideline is. I'll get that after the court.
Any other questions? We have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Discussion and possible action on legislative agenda for 86th legislative session in Austin, Valverde County days, February 12th and 13th. It's been tentatively set for the 12th and the 13th of February. And open it up to the court to see what is it that, here's a list of some of the items that have been talked about. But if, I don't know, give it some time, and we can put another agenda together to be able to figure out who we need to visit with up there. I think right now they're doing it with TxDOT. We will be having a meeting with Senator Flores and Representative Poncho Nevares. But at this point,
There was a bill filed yesterday on this one, talks about revenue caps. There was a bill filed yesterday that would allow counties to hold a local election to get voter approval to raise their sales tax in exchange for reducing their property tax. So if we raised our sales tax 1 cent, whatever that revenue was, then we'd reduce the property tax by that amount.
this sort of one for the other.
Yeah. And it would require voter approval. It may be an option to this 2.5%. The other issue that I personally would like us to look at, these are all great issues, but a couple of years ago, there was some legislation filed that required cities over 350,000 that when they wanted to annex an area, they were required to hold a vote in that area they were going to annex. I'd like to see us look at removing that cap on that 350,000 to require all cities to hold an election before they can annex. I think those are things that we need to look at as we move along.
Roland, you get that? Yes, sir. Okay. Roland Garza is going to be helping us put this together.
Okay.
So again, if we have any questions, Mr. Garza, he'll be here for us.
Judge, are those just legislative issues that are important to the court or to all elected officials?
Right now, it would be to all elected officials. I mean, this would be the time if y'all have something, if nothing else, think about it, get back with us, and then, what we're trying to do right now also is that when we go up there, we're all on the same page. We've been having meetings. Mayor Lozano has put a group together, himself, both Hispanic and Darrow Chamber of Commerce. We have the Texas Park Service is there. Board Pro's been there. ICE is there. The individual that's in charge of the Port of Entry. the school, the hospital, and then the county. So, I mean, it's a group that if we can make a list, that way we're gonna give the talking points to everybody. That way, whoever you visit with, if it comes up, you know, you can actually speak on it versus just going up there and we're all heading out of different rooms and you know, we're not on the same page.
It is active listed.
Yes, ma'am, do you want one?
Sure. And that's the combined list?
Yes. And some of it on here right now is state and federal. We were actually going to do a little bit, take a little bit more time to plan something out a little bit further down the line, but we were told that it'd be nice to get everything in, get us up there before they start getting to the committees, and start having the meetings. That way, if we want to go back up, we can, but at least they've already seen us.
How are we gonna approach this wind farm issue? Because there's kind of a combination of issues here. You got a private property rights issue and then you got a military
No,
issue.
and the wind farm, we've been sitting in the meetings. You know, at the end of the day, we can jump and scream all day long that the base, it's gonna hurt the base, but they have the right to put them out there. The other deal was, there was an email last week that the company that David Frankens represents, that they were looking at doing it. I think they bought between 50 and 150,000 acres, but there was an email that on the first 50,000 acres, the company they were going to sell the power to basically backed out. So at this point, they're looking for somebody to, before they go out and build, to buy the power. I mean, that's where they're at. It's, again, dollars and cents. The wind farm, and just my opinion is that, you know, at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot we can do about it with the legislation that's there right now. But, you know, other than write letters and tell them that, you know,
There is a push out there to grant commissioners' courts the authority to prohibit them. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page when we start.
no, and this is how come I put it on the agenda.
And Judge, items 5 through 8 are federal issues. How do you get those through the state legislature? Are they,
We're gonna visit with them, that way they'll see what is it that we want done. That way they can get us the help.
There is an option, especially on the National Park Service issue, with their inability to fund and manage it, that we could work with Texas Parks and Wildlife, and maybe they take over the operation of the lake. And that might be a conversation worth having, since the federal process has become so difficult to deal with.
And we had talked, Roland and I actually visited with the Texas Park Service and some of the people from the federal government. I mean, like right now, how do we help them as a county? I guess that's what you're getting at. How do we open up the restrooms? The lake's open, but how do we take care of the restrooms? How do we take care of the facilities? And they'd actually asked if we could look at an MOU or something. Right, it's not going to do us any good now, but just that process.
Texas Parks and Wildlife actually has grant funding that will allow us to improve some of the marinas and stuff, the docks. I looked into it some time ago. Yeah, the boat ramp. But there also was some discussion about maybe coming in with an interlocal or some sort of system where actually Texas Parks and Wildlife would take over the operation of the lake, and then be able to get contractors in there and make it a lot more simple.
We'll visit with Chris and try to see which way we can go with that. One of the things that we were talking, also, we had an issue if we could get something in place with state, federal. We've had issues with water when we go to fight fires. And our suggestion was, even if we needed to get you a tank out there, we can actually hook up to later maybe. But those were conversations that we had. I don't think there needs to be any action taken on this. I think we just, with the list that's there, we'll just go ahead and add it.
I can tell you the issue I'm having is we're trying to book rooms in
And they're super
Austin,
expensive.
and they're like $600-700 a room, and it just got stupid ridiculous up there. So it's gonna be difficult to find, I mean, we're still looking, but it's becoming difficult to find, rooms that we can afford.
Sure.
I just think we need to increase,
Real quick.
I'm just gonna make a comment that over in Uvalde County, what they've done historically, and maybe y'all have too, I don't know, they like rent a bus and the delegation from the county and the city and the school, whatever, they leave like 4:30 in the morning, drive to Austin, they're all, but the group's all there, when they get there, they're all together,
We're having a 2-day deal.
2-day deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, rooms would be tough.
Yeah, and then,
We're gonna talk about
put us all in a bus. We might not get there.
I'm one of them people like my own car.
Commissioner Spudler?
no, I was just, gonna bring up that I think the county allows, us to spend up to $275 per night.
For Austin.
Maybe we need to go up a little bit, up to $350. I mean, if we don't need them, well, we're not gonna spend that money, but let's,
Well, we can put something on the next agenda and we'll discuss the rates. Discuss the hotel.
Sheriff, real quick.
One of the things that I'd like to see discussed by this group is mental health concerns in our community, not only in our community, but the 90 corridor. We're having a meeting here this Friday with Senator Flores and Representative Nevares at our office with a bunch of the stakeholders in this area. So I would like to see that added to one of the things that will be addressed up there as we go as a group.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, let's move on to item,
So you're gonna add that to
Sure.
the list?
I've got an item here, I don't know if it would be included on this list, is the elimination of roadside parks in Valverde County. They become dumping grounds. And, I know Precinct 2 has 2 dumping grounds on Highway 277. That's all it is dumping grounds. And would that be on this list?
we can visit with them, either they fund them or do away with them.
Because
They've asked us to
Edwards
take them over.
County has eliminated their roadside parks, no dumping. Mason County has eliminated, there's no dumping on them.
Well, and
And
you-
dumping is my number one problem. And I'm the trash man. And if we could do away with the dumping, roadside parks is just a magnet to dump.
Commissioner Willow, you're the something man over there.
All right. Item 10, discuss and possible action to ratify use of the courthouse grounds for the MLK March ceremony 2019 and approve the use of the courthouse grounds for 2019-2022. Motion, need a second?
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Nettleton, a second by Commissioner Flores. All in favor? Aye?
Right.
5-0 vote. Thank you. Discussion possible action to appoint a county representative as a board member to the newly created City of Del Rio Animal Control and Protection Advisory Board. They have set up a committee, and I think it was on y'all's package. And they're just asking for, if we want to appoint somebody, to this board. And we have, yes, she's here. Do you want to come up? If you don't mind, give us a little bit of information on it. I was just handed a note that you were here, but it's so neat that I couldn't read it.
Good
I'm sorry.
morning, Judge Owens, Commissioners. My name is Esme Mesa. I'm the Assistant City Manager of the City of Del Rio. And the City of Del Rio created the Animal Control and Protection Advisory Board. And so what they would like is the county to appoint a representative. I believe you have 2 applications. There was one that they had received and recommended at the council meeting, and then another one came in, and so they also wanted you to review that other one. So there's 2 possible candidates for your review.
What are
Can we
those?
pick whoever we want, or we have to
Yes.
pick from
We can
these?
pick whoever we
You
want.
can pick whoever you want, and those are the applications that we have received.
These are the applications we have received.
Yes. And the council did discuss possibly adding more board members. And so currently they have 5. One of them is a licensed veterinarian, and I believe the ordinance is attached in your packet. And so the other one,
Who's the licensed vet? Who's the vet?
Dr. Aaron Alexander.
I don't know whether we want to take time and review them and then bring it back to the next meeting and really think of some names, or what is it that I want to do? Is I want to vote
I
on
was
something?
thinking that if we're gonna have an animal control department in the county, it's run through the sheriff's office, we need to have somebody on this committee. I'm not sure if I.
Need a motion to that effect, Judge?
You want to put the sheriff?
Mrs. Mesa, when will they have the first meeting? Do you know?
We were looking at sometime next week to have the initial meeting, and we're taking the ordinance back on February the 5th if they want to expand and add other,
We can do that.
but y'all would still be able to take time if you need to. I could just take
Well,
that
that way we
information
have
back.
representation at this meeting. You want to put Roland, make a motion to Roland?
I'll make a motion to appoint Roland.
There you go. The other one that expressed interest in this was, Anna,
Oh, good.
Oh, I thought Ms. Carpenter, you wanted to put just.
her too, but you'd expressed interest is what I said.
And it's a 5-member board,
Yes, sir.
and you can go to 7?
The
There's
council-
2 appointed?
The council was going to review that and see if they wanted to expand the board. And so then it would be an odd number of members.
Why don't we appoint Roland and appoint Anna? And that way we make sure that at some point, if something goes wrong, we have to have somebody there for us. Would that work
As an alternate.
as an alternate?
But what about Ms. Carpenter?
Let's go ahead and appoint you as an alternate. Because, I mean, we don't want to just keep numbering them, adding names. Would that be okay with your motion?
Yes. I'm fine with that.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second. Who's the second? Who's the second?
I'll say.
Commissioner Ward. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Commissioners Precinct 1 and 2, discussion on possible action upon Texas CDBG 7218-075, Draw 5 requesting $14,850 for TRC engineers. Invoice number 58193, Rancho Del Rio, Escondido, San Felipe Pastures Waterline Project, and authorize county judge and county auditor to sign.
Second.
You have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Commissioners Precinct 2 and 4, discussion of possible action upon final inspection date of January 31st, 2019, beginning at 9:30 a.m. for the Texas CDBG 7216-075 Paisano Road Water Tank and Vega Verde Road Waterline Extension Project. Participants are MGB Construction, Valverde County Commissioners, TRC Project Engineer, City of Del Rio staff, and Esser and Company. The inspection will commence at the Paisano Road Water Tank and follow with the Vega Verde Road Waterline Project.
Motion to approve final inspection, January 31st at 9:30 a.m.
We have a motion. Second. There's a motion by Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Martin Wardlaw, County Commissioner Precinct 1, discussion and possible action on hot tax funds to be used for the George Paul Memorial Bull Riding.
What do we have in that fund, man?
About 60,000.
60?
Correct.
Motion to approve.
I'll make that motion. Second.
4,800.
Motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 15, discussion and possible action upon Valverde County request number 6 and final to the Texas Department of Transportation for the County Transportation Infrastructure Fund grant program requesting 90% reimbursement cost, a cost of $4,639.48 for Loma Alta de la Cruz Road project, and authorize county judge to sign. All.
Reimbursement.
Make a motion?
Second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Wardlaw, second by Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Discussion and possible action not to charge the Cadena Gallego family to have a benefit bull riding event on March 2nd, 2019 at the county fairgrounds.
This is a bull riding. The Cadena Gallego family, it's a benefit that, for, Cadena's mother passed away 3 years ago, and this goes to,
The money raised,
The money raised.
said this year was going to go to cross-country, if I'm not mistaken.
scholarship.
Scholarships for cross-country.
Correct. Correct.
This year, and then last year, they'd actually done scholarships for the nursing program. We have waived, Cisco Shoulders and some other events, we have waived the event, or the fees for the event, especially since they're giving the money out to scholarships.
Motion to approve.
Second, this isn't gonna interfere with the George Paul, right?
I checked with Bobby Paul on this, and the Cadena Gallegos agreed to hold off next year to where there'd be 3 months between, 3 bull riders, where there'd be 3 months between each bull rider. Because 1 month is too close.
But right now, it's not a problem.
Right now, it's not a problem with Bobby if they'll agree next year, and thereafter, the 3 months.
We have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Robert Bo Nettleton, County Commissioner Precinct 3, item 17, discussion and possible action to approve all forms relating sexually oriented business in Valverde County, specifically Class 2 sexually oriented business permit applications and fee schedule. But it's Class 1 and 2, right?
Yes,
It's on in the
yeah,
package.
it is actually Class 1 and 2.
Class 1 and 2.
Yep. I think, Counselor, you've gone through all of these,
With Elizabeth, yes.
and you're okay with everything?
Elizabeth did a really good job.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the forms, and fees, and to place them in the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
All right,
5-0 vote. Can we make sure that they get a copy of everything for the meetings on that one, please? Gustavo Flores, County Commissioner, Precinct 4. Always find you're not on here? We didn't have nothing? Gustavo Flores, County Commissioner, Precinct 4. Item 18, discussion of possible action upon Texas CDBG 72-18026, draw number 5, requesting $5,042.25 for KSA Engineers, invoice number 74268 for the Ridgeline Community Water Line Improvement Project, and authorize county judge and county auditor to sign request for payment, Form A-203.
Motion to approve draw number 5, have the county judge and the county auditor sign.
second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
All right,
5-0 vote. I'm not asking if anybody's against, but I mean, we're getting 5-0 votes, so just for the record. If it looks like we get more, we'll go the other way. Item 19, discussion of possible action upon Texas CDBG 72-16-075, draw number 17, requesting $1,528.94 for Ferguson material invoice for the Vega Verde Road Waterline Project, and $2,000 for Esser and Company Administration, invoice number 5, and authorize county judge and county auditor to sign request for payment, Form A-203.
Motion to approve.
second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
All right,
5-0 votes. Item number 20, discussion of possible action upon Texas CDBG 72-16-075, small purchase procurement, record form A-504, regarding the installation of approximately 14 backflow preventers for the first-time water residents for Vega Verde Road Waterline Extension Project, and authorize the county judge to sign.
Motion to approve.
second.
There is a motion by Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Item 21, discussion and possible action regarding an MOU between the County of Val Verde and the City of Del Rio regarding installation protective cap over the existing city water line as part of the Frontera Road project.
Motion to approve MOU with the City of Del Rio.
Do we have any money?
What's a protective
Well,
cap?
We had talked about this. We need to get this letter done. Part of the motion would be that the county attorney reviews it. That way we can move forward with this. This is one of the deals that we were missing. Last week they had 2 meetings. And I think y'all, between the group, y'all had sent out, what, 5, 6 letters trying to move this process forward?
We didn't send out anything.
Well, not y'all.
I'm
but-
kidding, okay. But no, we were gonna find out if, if the city had approved theirs, or we had to go to the city council.
We've not been able to find anything where they've approved it. They talked about it, but we've not been able to find anything where they approved it. We've actually talked about it here, and I can remember the city going through the process, and then Mr. Garcia actually explained that they were going to throw a cap, I think a 6-inch concrete cap above the water line. That way, if there was any digging or anything like that, you'd hit it before you'd hit the water line. That way you know it was there, just because the water line was so shallow.
So somebody was
and then
gonna talk to either Mr. Garcia or Mr. Chapa.
Garcia.
But
Garcia's the one that mentioned it.
somebody was gonna talk to him. Has anybody talked to him?
We have a meeting today at 2 o'clock, and they will both be in the room, and we can visit with them on that.
Who's we?
Commissioner Wardlaw, Tom, and then Mr. Garcia, Hector from the city, Roger, Maria, and I think they're bringing 2 more.
No,
Mr.
I meant
Esser?
like, in terms of,
Mr. Esser.
from Federal Road, who will talk to him?
We will visit with him, Tom,
Okay.
after the meeting, and if you want, we'll call y'all in, and Commissioner
Oh, no.
Flores also. Yeah. But I figured we'd stay and get
Tom
with
can
her.
handle it, right? Yeah, Tom will be the Frontera Road representative.
I will tell you that they have, y'all have come a long ways, compared to where y'all were at. I mean, I want to thank y'all for all y'all's work.
I'll go ahead and change my motion to just move forward with the MOU and have our legal department review all the paperwork involved.
Second accepts.
I thought it wasn't gonna happen, Bo was breathing heavy.
Like, man, we're gonna talk this thing to death.
Commissioner Flores made a motion, Commissioner Nettleton second, all those in favor?
No.
5-0 vote. Sergio J. Gonzalez, County Court at Law Judge. Item 22, discussion and possible action regarding the reapplication of Valverde County Court at Law to receive state grant monies relating to the DWI and drug specialty pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 124.004 via court resolution and/or order for fiscal year 2019-2020. The next 2 items we've already done, they just weren't signed.
Yeah.
So we need another motion.
So I'll make a motion to authorize the judge to sign.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 23, again, this is one that we've already done, but we're having a do-over. Discussion and possible action for Valverde County Court at Law to join the 406th Judicial District Court South Texas Regional Veterans Treatment Program, which currently includes Duval, Jim Hall, the county. I like Valverde. Jim Wells, Starr, Webb, and Zapata counties, and expect to include Demet, Kinney, Maverick counties pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 124.004 in order to merge resources and provide a greater population of South Texas veterans with the necessary services to address their ongoing battles with issues involving alcohol, substance abuse, and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Move and authorize the judge to sign.
Judge, we're gonna have a veterans court.
Yes.
Yes.
Second.
And we talked about, okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. We had talked about this the last time, and I think Matt was also, with the funding and stuff, it wasn't gonna cost the county any funds to do it.
That comes out of the 406 judicial. They've already applied for several $1 million, and we're just gonna be able to operate underneath what they're.
Under their system.
Yeah, but we need to figure out, like in the drug court, we have a designated prosecutor, and then we also have a staff member And I don't know about the Veterans Court, if they're gonna need a staff member for that and a designated prosecutor. And because what happens is with the first one, that prosecutor has a conflict of interest, and so there's certain cases that they
can and
can't.
cannot do.
And so I don't know about the Veterans Court, I don't know anything about it.
And this would be the first process just to get that step going. We have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Generosa Gracia Ramon, county clerk. She's just not a county clerk.
The whole day.
Yeah. Discussion on possible action to increase the surety bond of the Valverde County Treasurer, the Valverde County District Clerk, and Valverde County Clerk in accordance with the official bond requirements and authorized payment of the bonds.
She had showed me these papers, apparently the bonds that we carry on those offices don't even meet the minimum requirements. We carry a $5,000 on the county clerk, and it's supposed to be $150,000. We carry $1,500 on the county treasurer, and it's supposed to be $150,000. And on the district clerk, we carry $5,000, and it's supposed to be $100,000. So we need to increase. I'll make a motion to authorize the increase.
I need a second. Real quick, we had a concern. We had a concern. We talked about the way the bonds are done. We just make sure that POs.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Rogelio R. Musquiz Jr., Purchasing Agent. Item 25, discussion and possible action regarding the status of the Family Violence Shelter.
Good morning, Court, Judge. Just to bring everybody up to speed on some of the things that have happened at the center. The electrical has been hooked up. The HVAC system, which is the air conditioning and heating system, is complete and running. This week, we're scheduled to pour concrete on the sidewalks and stairs and landings around the building. And we should be hooking up gas next week. Cabinets have been ordered and should arrive this week, so we'll pick them up and start doing some installation on the inside. So pending would be the fencing, the parking area, the paving, obviously, laundry room furniture, fixtures in each room, and the landscaping, and then the communications, the phone, the TV, and so on and so forth.
Any idea what those numbers are gonna look like to finish this thing up?
No, I don't, because there's still a couple of answers
How much money do
as
we have
far as
left?
the furnishings. Are we gonna move what we have there?
How'd you like that answer?
I'm not gonna cover that.
Oh,
what's left?
what was your question, I'm sorry?
How much money is left?
Oh, I have it here.
Spent $4,000.
What are we gonna get somebody to design the rest of this, and the fence, and the landscaping, and paving, and all that, and come up with a price, or are we just gonna do them one piece at a time? or
Right now,
what's the plan?
one piece at a time, unless we hire an individual to take over as far as the architectural, engineering, building maintenance manager, or whatever. If not, it'd be one at a time, and as
The fence is gonna be the next, the fence is gonna be the
Big ticket item.
big ticket.
And the paving is gonna be a big ticket item.
What about donations?
We have some money coming in from the city. So we need to visit with the city on that. So we might be okay.
I would just like us to get a price, figure out what we have left, and figure out if it's something we can get done, or if we need to just hire somebody to come finish this thing.
I'll get some pricing for the next meeting on each one of the line items, at least an estimate. We've got $34,529.79 in the women's shelter account for construction.
That might get you the fence.
Well, we knew that wasn't gonna cover us when we moved some of that money in there.
But I'd just like to get a number so that we know what we're gonna spend, so we can set aside the money and figure out where we're going, and either get it a contractor or us, or however we're gonna end up doing it.
If y'all want, I can run out there with him if y'all would let me. I'll run out with him and we'll design the fence. I'll help him measure the fence and then he can go out for bids, check, and then bring that number back to you.
Okay.
That work?
That's fine.
Item 26, discussion of possible action regarding the purchase of a new one-ton truck for precinct 4 at an estimated cost of $45,000 and the trade-in truck, 2006 F-250 with the VIN number there listed.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Discussion and possible, item 27, discussion and possible action regarding adding IT office to our current cleaning service contract with DLP. The addition is a cost of $125 per month.
Are they gonna be able to get in there? I've been in there before. There's only like one little piece of carpet about this big.
That's how come it's 125.
Yeah, buy a vacuum cleaner for $125.
They may need multiple vacuum cleaners.
Second, need a second.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Discussion and possible action to declare the following items as surplus property and proper disposition. Disposition may be, but is not limited to, auction, reassign, recycle, destroy. Can we donate?
With court approval.
Huh?
With your approval.
I don't think we should donate anything.
Okay.
But either way, or donate. I'll read it because it's there. There's a list there of all the trucks. Do I need to read them? Are we okay? Let's go.
Judge, it'll be in the minutes.
Yeah, I'd rather not go all the way through it.
I would.
I mean, any money that is generated here, it goes to precinct to
Yes, an
operating
auction,
budget.
to their auction account. I think there was an auction account or something.
I'll make a motion to approve. I do want to visit with Commissioner Ruskis about 2 of these vehicles to see if we can buy them for the fairgrounds because they need vehicles.
Need a second?
Second.
What is, if y'all get together with Commissioner Nelson after the meeting, and then I'll figure out on the truck, if you don't mind, before we.
Well, no, that's good. There's a Pomo out there.
A what?
Pomo?
Yeah, need to get with him.
Yeah, him on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was already
Do
authorized.
that.
Yes.
So, I don't need, I'm good.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 29, discussion of possible action regarding a request from District Attorney's Office to purchase office furniture through capital outlay using funds from office supplies. Basically just transferring money over and then buying it.
Motion to
How much?
approve. 1434.
Second.
1534?
He's got the money. 15?
Yeah, it's in there.
Motion to approve. $1,434.
Okay, motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 30, discussion possible action regarding a request from Judicial Courthouse to purchase deadbolt door locks and safety mirrors from Courthouse Security Fund. Motion.
I'll move.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Finding for inclusion in the minutes, tax assessor collector's annual continuing education transcript pursuant to Texas Property Code Section 6.231, parentheses D, which states that a county assessor collector shall file annually a continuing education certificate of completion with the Commissioners Court of the county in which the county assessor collector holds office. Basically, we're just accepting it.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 32, discussion of possible action on approval of renewing agreement for collection of taxes between SFDRCISD and Valverde County. Basically, the contract will remain the same.
The monies are the same?
The money will be a little bit more because we're charging on a percentage basis,
How much would this generate, more or less?
over 200.
Motion to approve.
Is that right? Motion, we have a motion. Need a second?
Judge, I just wanted to confirm the term. How long will it be?
That's 3 years.
Okay.
The other one was from, up to, it's gonna be up to February the 8th of 2016 was the last time.
2016.
Mm-hmm. That's the last one, yeah.
Yes, this one will start February 2016 and end on February 2019.
Then we do 3 years from the February
Every 3 years,
2019.
every 3 years.
And if you don't get notice, it'll extend automatically for 3 years. It will extend automatically for 3 years if we don't get
Unless we
notice.
change it.
Right.
Then you want it for a 3-year extension, automatic 3-year extension.
If we don't get notice, but I mean, it's gonna be put on the agenda to be brought back.
Okay, but you can have it extend automatically for 1 year.
I think we do it, like this one was a 3-year contract, but it needs to be brought back to the
Why
court.
not, just the extension is 30 days extensions until renewed or something like that?
Well, yeah, that's why I was bringing it up, if the court wants to change it, because that automatic 3-year kind of closes the door for the court.
So if we just did it goes to a month until renewed.
Okay.
Right.
That way we don't have to worry about it. I mean, a month to month, so if for some reason somebody forgets to put it on the agenda, the contract continues
It's still-
month to month, it doesn't obligate us for 3 years. After it expires, and
And
then
the
we can
expiration
renew
would
it.
be the 3 years?
Yeah, this would be a 3-year
That's what I'm saying.
contract.
And just, that way it's said.
Right.
Okay. Commissioner Flores, you accept that?
Yes,
Commissioner Wardlaw?
I accept.
As I used to put in NF and FN. They go back and fix it. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second by Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Ramiro G. Barrera, IT Director, discussion of possible action to create and implement a new Valverde County Information Technology and Cybersecurity Committee, an advisory and oversight committee that can assist, make recommendations with IT policies, control and procedures, and recommendations to help protect critical infrastructure assets, assist in identifying, managing, and mitigating risks related to cybersecurity, privacy, and disaster recovery.
Good morning, everyone. I thought this would be a good time to have this conversation in light of recent events inside our network as well as outside our network. I wanted to see if the court would entertain the idea of creating a cybersecurity committee. While we have internal protocols in the IT department to manage and protect our physical assets as well as our digital assets, we sometimes struggle with a lack of policies with regards to information technology and the use of government data. This committee could oversee our policies, our protocols, and possibly make recommendations on our existing protocols and possibly create new policies, including mandatory staff training with regards to the ongoing threats that we face on a daily basis.
Okay.
Just gonna make sure nothing like that happens at the city happens here.
It's getting increasingly more difficult to manage and secure, although we do our best. I mean, I think that, again, we know our protocols, but I think it'd be a good idea to form a committee and get opinions and have someone looking from outside the box.
Two of the people that I'd like to see on it, and then if y'all want to appoint somebody, would be Mr. Garcia, Tom Garcia, and then also Mr. Roland Garza. And then anybody else that y'all might want.
What do you want on it?
I'd like to see, because of their positions, and in order to deploy a plan in case something drastic would happen,
Sure.
the two he mentioned, and I'd like to see our county auditor and our purchasing agent, as well as myself.
That works.
You gonna make a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint those individuals.
There's a motion on the floor to appoint Tom Garcia, Roland Garza, the auditor, the purchasing, and then our IT. I need a second.
Second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
All right.
And a 5-0 vote. Thank you. One of the deals, Brad, I think we talked about it, Brad, one of the things that we talked about, with this, once y'all look at it, maybe, meet before the next meeting.
Okay.
And then if y'all will figure out if we need to set some money aside or what we need to do in case something happens like this, that we can actually write a check and not have to be worried about it. If y'all don't mind.
Yes, sir. I'll reach out.
Bring something back if you don't mind for the next meeting.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Joe Frank Martinez, County Sheriff, discussion of possible action regarding the ratification of modification. The ratification of modification. Clarification. 4 of the intergovernmental agreement between the United States Marshal Service and Valverde County Detention Facility.
It's another modification that has been probably in effect already, and I believe it has to do with the guard and transportation, and utilizing some resources at the U.S. Marshal's building.
Ain't costing us any more money.
Sir?
Ain't costing us any more
No,
money.
sir.
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 35, discussion possible action to discuss DPS Management Control Agreement, Criminal Justice Information System, and authorize IT Department, Ramiro Barrera, Sheriff Martinez, and County Judge to sign. What is this?
This is an agreement that was previously signed by Judge Valdez. Is that correct, Randy?
That's correct.
So we're just getting the new county judge on here. Also is going to include the employee for the IT department to sign, and it's having to do with, since they have access to some of our databases in the control center, to the TCIC, NCIC, some of that information. It's just an agreement that was
So you're gonna add his employee to this?
yes, sir.
You're all right with that?
He does have access, given that's up to the data, so if DPS is making this mandatory,
You're okay with it?
We have a motion?
Make a motion.
Need a second?
I'll make a second.
You make a second? Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Treasury report, no need?
No treasury report.
Okay. I'll sign it. Juanita Barrera, County HR Director, item 37, HR monthly report from January 9th, 2019 through January 18th, 2019.
Are they all in order, one?
Yes, sir.
Move.
Second. We have a motion by Commissioner Nettleton, second by Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
All right.
5-0 vote. Matthew, monthly, item 38, monthly county auditor's report.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning.
You have any questions or concerns?
You look good. You look good.
We do. Well, as stated.
It's so easy to stump.
That look is a
We
relative
either
term.
good or we don't.
It's a relative term. Good is a relative term.
And our expenditures versus our budget as of now are in line?
We are in line, correct.
We haven't overspent ourselves or anything?
It's
Anywhere?
still early.
And Aaron didn't even tell you to go get them.
We are,
Motion approved.
Need a second? Second. Commissioner Nettleton made a motion, Commissioner Flores second. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Item 39, Anna Markowski Smith, County Attorney, discussion possible action regarding the adjustment of base salary for the position of Second Assistant County Attorney.
I can't hire anybody. And I need more money. When I first posted the position, It was during that 2-week, 3-week period where we could use all the money we had, regardless of what the base was. Do you remember that, Judge?
I remember it, don't read it, but I remember this.
But you guys did adopt that rule, right?
No,
Yes, you did.
no, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
What numbers are you talking
under
about?
this.
Anyway, it was that time, it was a brief period of time when the Commissioners Court said that we could hire people at the amount of money we had, and at that time, I had $70,494.38. And the base for my assistant is,
$67,399.50.
right. And so I wanted to post it at $70,500 because it just feels better, but I have $70,494.38, so I'd like to request the base be moved to that amount. For $70,500, I'm feeling really generous.
Didn't we just fix the,
We had moved, what we had done with the district attorney, we had actually moved his base from the 65,843 to what the county attorney's second assistant is, which is a 67,399.50. We'd actually moved his up to be equal to, which was higher, the county attorney's.
so if we move this one, then we gotta move the other one.
But see, that's always been my argument, that the departments need to be funded in accordance to what their needs are. And obviously, we can't hire anybody at the salary we have because we haven't gotten any applications. At the beginning, we got 3 or 4, and the minute we called them, they already had gotten jobs somewhere else. My office is overworked, and, I work 80, no, do I work 80? I work 50, 60 hours a week. I work weekends, and it's too much for me. And so the district attorney has prosecution. I'm not saying it's not hard work. It is, but it's very simple. You put it.
Wasn't necessary.
You have a fund that you can use for this, right?
What kind of fund?
Pre-trial. Pre-trial.
Pre-trial can only be used to supplement pre-trial. So we can only use it for the number of cases that we have in pre-trial intervention. And it's not a constant increasing file, so we can't guarantee that we're going to fund, so we can't guarantee that we're going to continue to rise in terms of the amount of salary we have. And it's discretionary to my use. You guys asking me.
Well, you're asking for a 2650 increase, basically? Correct? From 67.3 to 70?
I'm asking the court, as an elected official, to give me the money I need to run my office.
Right. That program generates at least $2,700 a year, correct?
I don't know. It depends on the year.
Well, okay. Well, right now we're at $70,000, and how we got there, however we got there, it's even difficult to imagine how you get to that point. Those funds are supposed to reimburse for expenses of your office.
Expenses.
Mm-hmm. Salary expenses.
No, salary's not.
Salary's not an expense of your office.
Salary is not included as an expense for pretrial.
Who made that decision?
That's the law.
I haven't explicitly read that. Have you read that anywhere?
Yeah, there's an opinion somewhere, but you
Salaries
can't.
cannot
be used out of the pretrial diversion program. You can't pay salaries.
What can be paid?
Then a lot of counties
Expenses.
are.
Okay, Matt, if you want to argue the law, go ahead. But I'm
Okay.
telling you that you
Let's,
can't use the pretrial
there's
diversion
a-
money for salaries.
Hold on. We're not going to get, what's going to come on next wasn't nice, but we're not going to get in this stick measuring contest. It's not going to happen. Okay, real quick. She has $67,399.50. We've already heard this. What is the decision of the court? Do you want to look and check and see what other positions pay in other counties and then bring this back? Or do you want to give her more money? Or do you want to leave it at the $67,399? It's up to the court.
This has been an issue that we've dealt with for years, about needing a pay structure that works. And there's been 2 or 3 different proposals come before the court, and we haven't approved any of them. And maybe it's time we go out and hire somebody to come in and do a complete pay study and an analysis and come up with a plan on how we're gonna deal with these issues. I mean, I get our problem. We all have this problem. We have these problems in our precincts because everybody's at the oil field and we're trying to hire somebody $21,000. I mean, I understand the issues that are here. I just don't know how we continue to tackle them one at a time without looking at the whole picture. The minute we do this, at the very next agenda, the district attorney will be back here asking for the same thing. So if we're going to do this, then we need to be prepared to go ahead and do it twice. Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
But that happens with other salaries too. Other positions have gotten raises out of cycle.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we need to be prepared for what's coming next.
Yeah, you should be prepared. I agree.
You know, so if we're going to raise this one by $20-something hundred, we're going to have to raise the next one by $20-something $100.
But he's got the ability to recruit at a much higher salary.
It is what it is. I mean, if we're gonna do it, then, like you said, we just wait for the other one to come back, because I do believe that they need to be equal.
No, I agree they need to be equal, but if we're going to do this, then I think we need to go ahead and start discussing doing a complete salary study for this county and coming up with a plan that works. We can't do this every single year. We need a plan. And so, can we put something on the next agenda to go out for RFQs for a firm to look at a salary study?
Of course you can.
Okay, can you put that on the agenda?
Writing it down already.
I will make a motion to approve, moving the salary, the base pay to $70,000, you said 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
$70,500.
Thank you.
With the understanding we're going to do a study.
If the study doesn't happen?
No, the study's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen?
Now, if the court doesn't approve it, I can't help you there.
And not only that, I mean, one of the deals, we go out and request for qualifications. And, you know, the only thing that I'd like to see with this also, there needs to be some justification. There has to be some comparables. If we're doing this for 70, can you show us later on or something what other counties are paying that are within either the same population, the same size, same budget?
And the same amount of work. Because counties.
Well, I mean, again, we're going to do it. I mean, we have a motion, we have a second. My deal is we still have to justify it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this salary study will give us those answers. They will look at other counties our size, what they pay, and comparable to what we're doing.
Yeah, because at some point, before that gets done, at some point, we are going to make the decision to stop this, or we're going to continue.
Well, I mean, I made that comment at the last meeting when we adjusted salaries over there. Once we open this door, we're never going to close it, and now we've opened the door, so now we're never going to close it.
We do know that the district attorney will come back at us, and I do believe that he has the right to on that, because they need to be the same.
Would this be the appropriate time to place that on the agenda for next meeting?
We'll let him place it if he wants it.
But the thing is that you're supposed to
My deal
fund
is
him
also,
what he needs.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you talk. We can't continue just keep doing it, piece filling it. I agree. So, you know, he comes by, we adjust his if we're going to do that. But we're going to have a lot of other items and people coming to try to adjust theirs. We will have to stop it until we get something in place. That's just my opinion. We have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton. We have a second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? 5-0 vote. Executive session, Anna McCoskey-Smith, County Attorney, requesting executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, parentheses 1. Consultation regarding contemplated litigation and possible action in open session thereof. Item 41, Anna Murkowski-Smith, County Attorney, requesting executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, parentheses 2. Consultation which is governed by the attorney-client privilege and possible action in open session thereafter. We will recess right now and go into executive session.